I am Charlie Winburn, your life coach with Renew Community Church right here in the city of Cincinnati. And I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health even as your soul prospers. Did you know that you are both human and divine and that you deserve to live a better life in Christ right here on earth? Our messages are practical, they are raw, they're fun, and they are focused on real issues as it relates to your spiritual life, health life, your mental life, your financial life, your relationship life, and even your business life and community life. Today, we have another real life application message designed especially for you and your family. Remember, before we get started today, you can learn more about Renew Community Church free life coaching by visiting our website, renewcommunitychurch.org, or you can listen to us every Sunday at 11:45 a.m. each Sunday on YouTube, Renew Community Church live stream, or reach me at 513-884-7832. I want you to join me now for another life-changing message with Charlie Winburn, your life coach, right here in the city of Cincinnati, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome everybody here to Renew Community Church and our Sunday morning master class and our Sunday morning live stream. And I want to say thank you to everyone who's out there joining us on Facebook and on YouTube. We greatly appreciate it, and we're glad you're here to learn something with us here at Renew Community Church. So welcome and good morning. Now, Brother Sarge usually comes up in the morning every morning on Sundays, and he gives us the recap of Coach Winburn's message. Now, Brother Sarge couldn't be with us here this morning, but that's okay. I'm going to get us started up, and I'm going to get us fired up, and I'm going to get us started off right this morning. So we got to do our housekeeping. We got to do our first things first. We got to get our essentials out the way. It's like waking up in the morning and brushing your teeth. It's like waking up in the morning and drinking your water. We got to get our essentials out the way. So we're going to start with our housekeeping. Everybody who out here waking up, you wiping the crust out your eyes, you done got your water in, you done brushed your teeth. We're going to go ahead and start with our housekeeping. So while you on this live stream, if you on Facebook or you joining us on YouTube, I need y'all to do what? We need to hit that like button. Come on, feel good about hitting that like button. Go ahead and just hit the click. Boop! Look, like just like that. It don't take number 1 second. Hit the like button. Now, after you hit the like button, we need y'all to go ahead and subscribe. Be a part of us here at Renew Community Church. Get this in your news feed. Get this in your algorithms. When you subscribe, you become a part of us here at Renew Community Church, and you get these messages more often. They pop up more often. You'll see them more often, and you can get them in your subconscious mind more often. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. After that, we need you to comment, engage with us, ask questions, give us feedback on how we can give the best message to you, to the things you want to say or the questions you need to ask of us here at Renew Community Church. This stuff is important. We're constantly engaging back and forth with you, so go ahead and jump in the comment section. Feel free. It's wide open for y'all. And last but not least, the most important thing I need everybody to do who's watching us on Facebook and YouTube, I need you all to share the message. Let me say that one more time. Share the message. Let me say it one more time because we're getting it in the subconscious mind. Share the message. Come on, we need to share this message. If this message was never shared to me one day when I was minding my business, walking in Staples, and I ran into Coach Winburn for the first time in my life, never heard of this man, and he gave me a whole 30-minute message that changed my life right there, and that was years ago. He shared the message. You can change somebody's life. You can help somebody take back their life right now by sharing the message. Share the message. Now, we're going to jump into our 31-day focused life calendar. I love, me personally, Brother Adam Jackson, I love the 31-day focused life calendar. I thank God Coach Winburn was inspired to create the 31-day Focus Life Calendar, because it's so impactful. It's so life-changing. It gives you so many gems and nuggets right there on this sheet of paper, and it can change your life right there. Now, the 31-day Focus Life Calendar, the 31-day Focus Life Story Calendar is important because we tell ourselves a story each and every day. We tell it to ourselves multiple times throughout the day, 3 times a day. We tell it up to 60 seconds a day. We do this for 31 days, for 61 days, for 91 days. We tell ourselves these stories all the time. So this 31-day Focus Life Calendar is important so we can make sure we are telling ourselves the right stories. It's super important to me because I just lived through something recently. I ain't gonna dive into all my business like I do every other week, but I'm gonna keep this one to myself. But I just lived through something that I realized I had a light bulb moment listening to last week's message. I was telling myself this story, and I manifested this story in my real life because I was telling myself the wrong story. See, while I'm up here speaking to y'all, I'm still a young man, a fairly young man. I'm creeping up there, but I'm a fairly young man still, and I still have a lot to learn and a lot to grow. That's why it's so important for me to be here at Renew Community Church, because I'm still learning and I'm still growing. And I catch myself in situations that I could have prevented because I already had the tools, I already had the information, I was already armed to not have to go through these certain situations. But I was telling myself the wrong story, and I had to go through what I manifested in my life through my subconscious mind. This is why this 31-day Focus Life Story Calendar is so important, so we can make sure we're telling ourselves the correct things. Now, today is day 27. This is the 27th day of August. We're going to do day 27 of the 31-day Focus Life Story Calendar. And day 27 says, "It is my divine and human right to have great relationships today." I'm going to say that one more time for y'all. It is my divine and human right to have great relationships today. Let's say that one more time, because some of y'all going through a bad relationship right now because y'all telling yourselves the what? The wrong story. So we need to get y'all back on track. We need you to get you to take your life back and get with the right stories. It is my divine and human right to have great relationships today. Now, I'm going to let that soak in y'all for a minute. Get that in your subconscious mind, because we're going to move on to day 28. We got to give you the next day so you can make sure you're going into your Monday right. We don't need y'all leaving out of here not being on point. So we're going to get y'all on into Monday. Day 28 says, "It is my divine and human right to prosper and walk in all the fullness of God's emotions today." I'm going to get that to you one more time. It is my divine and human right to prosper and walk in all of the fullness of God's emotions today. The peace, the love, the joy, the positivity, putting you in alignment, giving you the right vibrations. This is your divine and human right. This is why if you do not have a copy of the 31-day Focus Life Calendar, you need to stop by and come get one. This is why you need to hop in the comment section. Say, I need a 31-day Focus Life Calendar, because we need you to be telling yourself the correct stories, the right stories, the stories that are beneficial to your life, the stories that are uplifting to your life, the stories that help you be the best version of yourself, because it is so easy to tell yourself the wrong story. I'm a walking testimony of it. I told myself the wrong story. I don't know why I even had this story in my head. And guess what? I lived through it because I was telling myself the wrong story. I'm so blessed to be here at Renew Community Church so I can take my life back and get back on track and tell myself the right story. Now, Coach Winburn had a great message last week. Unfortunately, I was a little tired from work, and I've been burning the candle at both ends, and I didn't make it last week, but I was listening to it throughout the week. And Coach Winburn went in on a lot of good topics. And one of the topics he spoke on last week, and I'm going to give y'all my condensed version. I ain't going to jump into the whole Sarge spiel, because Brother Sarge give you line by line. He be on point with it. but I'm going to give you the things that stood out to me. He spoke about the children coming into the hospital suffering from mental illness. And it really struck me. It really stood out to me because one thing I noticed, especially being a quote-unquote millennial, being in the millennial generation, I noticed a lot of people in my generation are suffering from things that maybe I'm blessed to be around the right people. Maybe I'm blessed to have found Renew Community Church. Maybe I'm blessed to be surrounded by people with the right vibrations and the right mindsets. But some of the stuff I feel like they shouldn't even be going through. Some of the stuff just ain't even that serious. I heard Coach Winburn say something to me one day. He said it here at Renew Community Church, and it stood out for the longest. He said the worst thing that ever happened to you is just the worst thing that ever happened to you. Some things are not the end of the world. Some things are not life-altering and life-changing for you to be so stressed out about. Another thing I want to say, and I noticed this over all the years after spending time here at Renew Community Church, being around Coach Winburn, Brother Chuck, Brother Sarge, Sister Asia, all these positive people that I'm seeing every single week. And I think about the overall message that we all share and we've shared through each other throughout these years of spending time together. It's the same simple message, and some people refuse to get it. And I'm going to give y'all that message right here because it's on my spirit. Because Coach Winburn say this all the time, and we laugh it off as a joke, but it's so serious and so powerful. The one thing that'll help you take back your life, and this is what I really learned. The one thing that will help you take back your life, because I'm going to jump into what Coach Winburn got to say this week too, but this one little simple thing. Everybody on Facebook, on YouTube, I want you to turn the volume all the way up till it click, 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 and stop clicking. Cut that volume up to the loudest setting you got, and I want you to think about what I'm about to say to you. This one simple message can change your whole life. Y'all ready for it? Do you feel good? How are your emotions and vibrations about the things that are going on in your life? Do you feel good? If you're not feeling good, let me tell y'all something. This is why I feel so good this morning, because the light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, you know what? All the jokes Coach Winburn done made about brainwashing and subconscious mind, and I done went around and repeated it to my family and friends, talking about y'all need to come to Renew Community Church because we brainwashing folks, and they think I'm crazy, and I got to laugh it off because it's so serious. You have to have your brain washed. It's so serious because if you could just get this one thing right in your life about feeling good, about the things you do in your life, everything will be in order. Everything will fall into place. If you just feel good about why you're doing the things you're doing in your life, everything will make sense. All you got to do is feel good in the moment. Feel good right then and there. Coach Winburn spoke the week before last about how the blood pumps through your body and your heart every 60 seconds, and it's all that motion and energy going through your body. Your thoughts and vibrations are following with it, and this is happening every 60 seconds. Do you feel good? Let me tell y'all something. I've been working. I've been schooling. I've been lifing. I've been up for the last 2 days. I ain't had maybe not nothing but 4 or 5 hours of sleep in 2 days. But guess what? When I got off work this morning, you know what I did? I was like, you know what? I feel good. I'm taking my butt to Renew Community Church. I'm not going to miss it like I did last week because I felt good about being here. I felt good about being blessed. Coach Winburn said this many moons ago. We be having the wrong perspective and the wrong mindsets. Instead of looking at things like, oh, I got to do this and I got to do this, look how blessed we are that we get to do these things. I get to have employment. I get to have education. I get to be surrounded by people who pour into my life and don't beat me down and break me down. This stuff is so powerful. It makes me feel good. So it's easy for me to take a shower, put on some different clothes, comb my beard and brush my hair a little bit and put my little 3 squirts of cologne on so I can feel and be right here after being up for 2 days straight because I feel good. I feel good about what I'm doing. I feel good about what I'm learning. I feel good about coming around people who uplift and inspire me each and every Sunday. I feel good about doing it, so it's easy for me to do it. Now, Coach Winburn said something last week in last week's message, and I thought about this too while I was listening to it throughout the week. When you don't want to do something, why are you resisting that? And then, when you ask yourself why are you resisting that, you need to ask yourself, what do you really want in life? Let me tell y'all something. The feeling good, the asking yourself why you resisting, the asking yourself what do you really want in your life. Let me tell you something. I just recently picked back up Coach Winburn's book, 60 Seconds to a Focused Life. Now, mind you, I done read it. I done skimmed through it. I done picked it up. I done put it down. I done picked it up. I done put it down. It's sitting right on my dresser, right by my bed. It's sitting right, crazy enough. Y'all want to hear what's funny? It's sitting right on my dresser on my bed, right by my Bible. And Coach Winburn used to make this joke all the time. There's only 2 books you need in your life. You need your Bible, and you need 60 Seconds to a Focused Life. And that's so funny because right on my dresser is 60 Seconds to a Focused Life in the Bible because I'm constantly picking them up, putting them down, picking them up, putting them down, skimming them, reading them, diving into this, diving into that, because it's so many gems in it. And the overall message is feeling good. But here's what I want to say to y'all. Focusing on what you really want in your life helps you take back your life. And this is why we've been on the Take Back Your Life series for this long, because it's so impactful. We are taking back our lives. And when you ask yourself, what do you really want? And when you identify that and you focus only on what you want, everything else falls away. I'm telling you, this is why this even goes to the 31-day Focus Life calendar. What do you want? When you can identify that, and like Coach Winburn said a long time ago, most people just don't know what they want. When you can identify what you want, that solves so many problems. I've had so much less stress in my life when that light bulb went off and I realized what I wanted. If it ain't what I want, I'm not giving it no attention, no energy. I'm not entertaining it because it is not what I want. I'm focusing on only what I want in my life currently and nothing else. Now, let's bring this forward. We done went back. See, we done went back. Now we going forward. We done put it down. Now we about to pick it up. Let me tell you something. Coach Winburn's message today, celebrate people's successes without becoming envious or jealous. Find out if you are envious or jealous of other people. Let me tell you how powerful this is. My daddy used to say this all the time, and I think it's funny, and maybe y'all will get something out of this like I got out of it when I used to hear it when I was growing up. My daddy used to always say, they hate you because they ain't you. And let me say that one more time. They hate you because they ain't you. People sometimes, when we feel that vibration of people being jealous or envious of us, a lot of times that ain't got nothing to do with you. That's how that person feels about themselves. That's something they lacking in their life. Sometimes people will see you, I'll never forget. Now, mind you, I done had 2 of the same car. My family laughs at me because I done had 2 of the same model car. And guess what? I'm going to probably buy a 3rd one if something happened to this one. But I've been buying the same car for the longest. And my family, they always be like, why you keep buying that car? Da-da-da-da-da. But I'll never forget I had a friend, and I wanted to go see this friend. And I picked them up in the new version of the car I bought. And they was like, you think you all that, keep getting these cars. And I was just thinking in my head, ooh, why you hating on me? Why you hating on me? Like, this is what I like to ride in. But here's the thing. People, they don't even be so much as mad at you. They just be mad it ain't them. A lot of times they just be mad it ain't them. I had somebody tell me that I was arrogant and cocky, and I was like, no, I just have some confidence about myself. I can speak up for myself. I don't have to agree with your opinion on how I should feel about myself. But I can celebrate people. That's the thing. When you, ooh, here it is. The light bulb just went off again. Y'all ready for this? When you feel good about yourself, it is easy to celebrate other things in people's lives. When you feel good about who you are as a person, it's easy to help somebody else feel good about themselves. But when you living in lack and you don't feel good about yourself and you sad all the time and you depressed all the time and you think ain't nothing going your way in life, when you see somebody you love or care about having their way out in this world and enjoying a little bit of all God's goodness that he gave to us, you mad at them for no reason. This all could be so simple if you just focus on yourself and start with you. Why do you have issues in every single relationship you have with people? Why do all your businesses fail? Why your money always funny? And in the great words of Coach Winburn, why you always pitching pennies and changing dimes? That cracks me up every time he say it. You always pitching pennies and chasing dimes. Why? Sometimes we got to realize it's got more to do with us than it's got anything to do with anything else. Change how you look at things. Take back your life. Thank you. Focus on you. Become the best version of yourself you can be. And everything else, and feel good about it, and everything else will fall in place into your life. This message here at Renew Community Church, it has the most simplest themes in the world. But most people ain't going to be able to understand it. It's going to be too much for their brain. They're not going to be able to understand how simple it is to feel good. They're not going to be able to understand how simple it is to figure out what you want. They're not. It's so simple, but people can't do it. If I want to lose weight, I know I need to be going for more walks. I could do some push-ups. But then what do? I go out here and be like, well, I'm going to try this diet, and I'm going to try this diet, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. But I could really just walk outside my house and take a few steps. It's always the simplest things that help you take back your life. The simplest things can change your whole perspective and change your whole life and allow you to celebrate other people's successes without feeling jealous or envy. It is not one person out here that I look at and I'll be like, that should be me. Because guess what? I feel so good about myself that wherever I'm trying to go in my life, I know I'm going to get there. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and chip away at it some more. And I'm going to wake up the next day after that and chip away at it some more. And I'm going to wake up the day after that and chip away at it some more. Because I'm focusing on being the best version of myself I can be. And I don't have no problem with nobody else being the best version of themselves. Because here's the key to all of this. If we all woke up and felt good, and we all woke up and asked ourselves what we really want, we would all get along better and we would all treat each other better. Because we would know how simple these things can change everybody's lives. I'm going to leave y'all with that. Take back your life. Celebrate other people's successes without being jealous and envious. And with that, I'm going to bring up Brother Chuck.
Man, how could I, Adam, you could have dropped the mic, brother. But don't do that because you break it. Woo-wee. That brother brought the heat, boy. You definitely brought the heat. So I want to thank you. My name is Chuck Futel. I'm one of the elders here. I'm one of the elders here at Renew Community Church. We're going to have a great message here today. I could just feel the fire that was emanating from Adam. And Coach Winburn is going to be here. The message is take back your life. Celebrate people's successes without becoming envious and jealous. Find out. You need to find out if you're envious and jealous of other people. You really need to do this because this is a double-edged, this is a two-sided coin. I know Coach is going to teach on it. I ain't got time to teach. I got something I want to share. I'm going to share that, but this is a two-sided coin. I'm going to just do part of it. In our calendar, everybody needs to get a calendar. You can get it online. It's called 31 Day Focus Life Story Calendar. And in this calendar, this is day 27, it says, "It is my divine and human right to have great relationships today." It is my divine and human right to have great relationships today. On the next day is the 28th. The 28th is one of the most famous days in our country's history. Yeah, it is. 67 years ago, I was born. I was brought to the planet Earth. It is also the 60th anniversary of Martin Luther King's speech, "I Have a Dream." And the 31-day focus life calendar says it this way: "It is my divine and human right to prosper and walk in all of the fullness of God's emotions today." I receive that and I walk in that. It's a great message for my birthday. So I want to just jump into some stuff. I got some stuff that's really crucial and a couple of questions. Adam hit something that busted my head. You don't need to put that up right now, Asia. But I'll tell you when I need it. Adam said something that also busted my head from last week's message. In fact, what y'all need to know is that a lot of what the messages are at Renew, I end up teaching the advisors that work with me in my business. I mean, I got what they tell this past week based on the message of last week's. I got with them. I got rid of them in a serious way because we need to help people think right and do the right kind of thing. But here's the question you need to ask yourself. Do you feel good about something? Do you feel good? Because if you're not feeling good about something, you have to ask yourself these crucial questions, folks. The crucial question, you need to write this down. I mean, I could have fell down and just laid on the ground and meditate on this one. What are you resisting? That's a deep question. You got to ask. And it's so simple. It's so simple to get yourself right. You have to ask yourself, why are you watching these messages and looking at it as entertainment? What are you resisting? I mean, really, what in the world are you resisting? Why is your emotions all jacked up? Well, I mean, and you don't want to change them. What are you resisting? Why is your spirituality all jacked up? What are you resisting? Why is your health all jacked up? What are you resisting? Why is your money all jacked up and you can't tie it to the church? What are you resisting? Then you got to ask yourself the question, what do you really, really want? Now in there, that's where you get all messed up. Because most people don't know what they want. When your emotions are not right, you'll have oxidative stress, toxicity, and inflammation in your body. So what that says is when your emotions are not right, it goes through everything. It goes through everything. It goes into your body, and your body's all messed up. I was talking to a person, they had a mental and emotional condition, and they showed me their body, Adam, and I could see the joints had started to swell. So in other words, y'all think all of this is like funny stuff, ha, 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 Coach Winburn, but he don't know what he's talking about. No. This is some real daggum science, folks. So that's the thing that's going on there. If your thoughts are not right, so we talk about if your emotions are not right, let's talk about what if your thoughts are not right. When your thoughts are not right, guess what? You're going to struggle to achieve the success and prosperity that God has for you. And so what you want to do, I believe, is you have to learn how to think right. When I came here years ago at Renew, we started off in a series teaching people how to think right. And I was blessed to learn how to think right. And also, not only for me, you have to learn how to read other people, how they think. You need to understand the orientation of how you think. Coach Winburn don't even talk about it. He's actually certified to do this type of work, which is called whole brain theory. So he's a certified teacher in whole brain. I mean, he can go to a company, they'll pay him big money to go on him to evaluate individuals in the company and how their brain works. So that's where he gets all this stuff at him. He's been working on this for years, and he got certified in what's called whole brain. Why don't you pull up the slide, Asia? Thank you. Whole brain is a metaphor for how we think. Now, people say, I need to use my whole brain. They don't even know that this is actually some science and technology. It's a metaphor for how we think, but it's a practical approach that has been based on science and research over years. And when you learn how to think in the right kind of way, it's a methodology that will, number one, determine how you think, what are your priorities, what's your preference, and how other people think. And during our lives, our brain kind of develops a pattern that's kind of comfortable for you, and certain people think a certain kind of way. And so when you learn this, you will understand, first of all, how you think. You're going to understand how the people close to you think, your loved ones think. And then you could also use this to do well in your business, in your church, and organizations, and teams, and stuff like that. So let's go through it real quick. Once again, I don't have enough time. I don't have a lot of time to do this, but you can screenshot this picture, and this is the whole brain model. So if you look at it, there's a right side and a left side, and on the right side is yellow up at the top, the red at the bottom, and then on the left side is blue and then green. I'm going to go through which ones and how they talk. The first one up at the top, in the top right, is yellow. Yellow are people that their thinking tends to be holistic. They read vibrations well. They read vibes well. They can go into a room and they get a sense of what's going on. They synthesize things. They take things that might seem unrelated to a lot of people, and they can put it together and make it come together in some kind of way. They are integrating. They integrate things. Now, as I talk about this, what I want you to do is think about how much of it that you do. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you do? Everybody's not 100% of these colors. You have a certain percent of all of the colors. God forbid if you got zero, you ain't got nothing in a couple of these areas. You probably got brain damage. But you're not 100% in all of these areas. You got portions of it. And so I believe these yellow, I call them the big thinkers. These are the big thinker type of guys. You know what I'm saying? These are people that are big thinkers. I think Elon Musk is one of those kind of guys. If you look at him, he's over the top in his thinking. He got 4 different businesses, and in my mind, they ain't related at all. But in his mind, they probably are related. I don't know. I can't put it together. But he's one of these over-the-top, high yellow thinkers. So let's go to red. Red is interpersonal. They're feeling-based. They're kinesthetic. They're emotional. These are the people, they can look at somebody and they know how the person is feeling. They embrace the emotion. These people are very emotional. They embrace the emotion. They'll cry with you. They'll come together with you. These are emotion. These are your high compassion people. These are the people. Have you ever found a man or woman and they date somebody and they fall in love with everybody they date? These are your high emotional. These high emotional people. They just love every. I mean, they love every. When they're 100%, when they're 10. Oh yeah, that's right. We ain't talking about nobody here in the room. But when they're these high emotional people, they don't even see the sins. They even love Freddy Krueger. I mean, Phyllis Diller, Freddy Krueger, they see something good in those kind of people. Those are the people, they're focused on their feelings. Okay? Now, if you take that side, that's called right brain. People are right brain. Some people have what's called a right brain dominance. They kind of roll in a certain way. They roll in that right brain dominance. If we go to the left side, at the top in the blue, that's logic. This person is analytical. They look at the facts. They're quantitative. They're gonna be moved by the numbers versus moved by the big picture or being moved by the emotion. They're gonna say, does it make sense? When you hear a person say, does it make sense, they're telling you that they're coming out of blue. You got it? They're gonna say, is that a fact? They're telling you it's coming out of blue. So you're gonna tend to find your engineers are going to be coming from the blue. So you've got somebody in your family, they're an engineer, guess what? They're probably a high level blue type thinker. Does that make sense? And there's certain, so guess what? Your nurses come out of the red. Your social workers come out of the red, right? Your business people come out of the yellow. So you can see how this works together. The last one is the green. The green is that's left side bottom. They are sequential. They're organized. They're detailed. They're high-level planners. This is the type of person that every day they can't do nothing until they write down their to-do list. When you talk to them, they got a spreadsheet. When you see a person, first thing they do is they pull out a spreadsheet. Chances are they're green. Asia's laughing because now you're going through people that you work with right now, family members, and you're evaluating, oh, okay, that's how they are. These people tend to be organized. So your tax people are going to tend to be green. People that are high-level planners, like city planners and things like that, they're going to tend to be green. Your architects, they're going to tend to be green because they're putting together a system and stuff like that. So when you look at that, here's what you need to know. First of all, you need to know who you are. You have to understand your dominance and how that plays into your life, how you see the whole world. The next thing you need to do is when you interact with somebody, you need to very quickly figure out what's their methodology. Because, see, if you talk to a person as a fact-based person and you come into them with emotion, y'all are not going to be able to communicate. You won't be able to lead a person that's a compassion level person, lead them with facts. Does that make sense? You can't talk to people. You can't talk to people. I got this great business idea to a green person in the green and not show them the plan. Does that make sense? So you have to understand the person that you're talking to and why you're talking to them. And so let's get back to the point here. I want to teach you how to think. The way in which you think is you need all of them. See, I talk to people all the time. People say, Chuck, I want to start a great business. The truth of it is you got to evaluate it across all four. Okay, if you got an idea but what's the great business, how does that business impact the feelings and emotions, or how does it help people on the compassion side? Now, you got to say on the green, what's your plan for getting your business up and going? And then you have to say to yourself, what are the facts that will prove if your business is going to be successful? I see people jump out, they got a great idea. They don't have the blue, they didn't got the red, and they got the green. They just got a good idea. I got a good idea, I got a good idea. You got to have all of that. Does that make sense? How do you run your household? You got to run your household with all of that. See, if you all in the yellow and you ain't got no green, you ain't got a meal plan, your food gonna be spoiling. You don't have a plan for how you're gonna clean your house. if you don't have a plan for even washing your clothes or some type of system for doing that. Does that make sense? You got to have some green, even if that's not your strength. You got to work on getting some of that in place. Does that make sense? Chuck, I wasn't good in school. I didn't like dealing with the facts. Listen here, you're gonna have to learn how to deal with some facts in your life. You can't. Well, I shouldn't say can't because that's a negative word. You don't want to be in a situation where you writing checks and all your checks are bouncing because you ain't looked to see how much money is coming in and what's going out. You ain't got no blue or no green at all. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to look at some of that. So I said all of that to say the reason why people, let me go back to the start, the reason why people aren't succeeding in it because they don't know how to think. That even shows up in your health. Let's look at health. Well, I feel good. Okay, great. I understand that. But is it a fact that you're in good health? You understand? So you have to, is this some teaching? You have to say to yourself, do I have any numbers to prove that I'm in good health? Last year I went to the doctor after Coach Winburn and I got really, well, he had always been there in the health side. I just came along later down the road. Last year I came down the road on the health side. And I felt good. When I went to the doctor said, your numbers ain't that good. So then immediately, Asia, I had to come up with a plan. Y'all got it? So that I could feel good and then I could have a big picture, which is a better future for my life. Got it? I went to the doctor this past week. They said, Chuck, your blood pressure's down. It's excellent. In fact, Marcia looked at it. She's like, you got low blood pressure now. I said, no, I ain't got that. But my blood pressure is really good. My blood pressure is really good because I worked everything through the whole brain. You see what I'm saying? I went around the whole thing and said to myself, I'm letting my feelings goof me up. You got it? I was letting my feelings goof me up, and I needed to have all four. Is it getting too hot in here for you, Asia? I know I'm smoking, man. Yeah. So here's the thing. So I talked about from a business idea. Let's talk about with Christ. Let's talk about your spirituality. I just love people that talk about spirituality and the promises of God. Because what they're doing is they're talking about it based on how they feel or some future promise. Yeah, I did go there. But what's missing is, what's the other side? What's the left side of the equation? What's the facts and what's the plan? Jesus laid it out in there, and he laid it out in terms of the plan. He said, number one, and this is where people get it confused, he talks about how being blessed. The way in which you become blessed financially is that most people don't realize where their blessing comes from. Most people don't realize where their money comes from. They believe, when I was working at Procter & Gamble, I used to think that Procter & Gamble was my provider. When I became a Christian, Ovetta, I came to the truth, and I realized that God was allowing Procter & Gamble to sign the check. He was allowing them to sign the check. I used to thought that I was creating my income through my work. I was completely wrong. No. I didn't have to be at that job. See, it was a blessing for me to be at that job. Am I helping you, Obed? I'm going to help you a little bit here today. God allowed me to get the job so I can be blessed as part of his plan. You got it? So if we diss God, all he's saying is, listen, just prove to me that you can be obedient. Prove to me that you are trustworthy. Give me back a penny on every dime that I give you. If you can't respect the penny, you ain't respecting me and you ain't respecting yourself. Ain't that deep? So what he says is, step number one, just bring the tithe to the storehouse. You don't need to get caught up with where it goes. It said it ain't none of your business. Like one bird said, God said it ain't none of your business. He's going to make it do what it do. That's number one. Number two, he says, steward the rest of what you have. This weekend, I just came back from St. Louis, and I spoke, and I just gave people a nugget. It don't make a difference how much money you make. If you steward what God gave you, he'll give you more. Let me say it again. That might have went over your head. If you steward what God gave you, he'll give you more. God will take a person that's in prison and make him the head and not the tail. Make him, no. Absolutely not. He will make, that was funny, now that I think about it. I was talking about Joseph. I ain't talking about the mugshot man. I'm talking about Joseph. A man that's in prison. His friends got rid of him, cast him aside. His family cast him aside, denied him. The friends that were in prison with him stole his secret sauce and didn't let people know that he was the one inventing the secret sauce. All this negative drama, and he still comes out on top. What I'm saying is that Jesus was the ultimate whole brain. He operated in all four. And I believe that we have to attempt to do that same thing. Even though you might have a right brain dominance or a left brain dominance or a top dominance or lower dominance, it don't make a difference. It don't make a difference. You can be whole brain. My wife is a rare individual. She's actually whole brain, where she operates in all four. In fact, that was interesting to me. I couldn't understand why in our conversations, Adam, she would always have the upper hand on me. we would be wrestling, and she'd always beat me. I'm like, dang, why did she beat me? I'm like, hey, Adam, this was deep. When I went through this stuff, I got revenge. Now I knew how to. My kung fu got real good. I was like, ooh, I could do all the different fight styles. You know what I'm saying? I could do all kind of stuff. So when I did that, it just helped me and brought me to another level. What am I saying? What I'm saying is that as I get ready to close and bring Coach Winburn up, his talk today is going to be a blessing. I am interested to see what he's going to bring. The message is Take Back Your Life series. Celebrate people's success without being envious and jealous. You need to find out if you're envious and jealous. I'll just do this before he comes up as he's preparing to come up. Oftentimes in our community, African American community, we're really messed up with this. We have this thing where we're always looking at other people. We're trying to compare ourselves based on how this person dressed, the shoes that they got, the car that they drive, and the house that they in. When I was young in the business and I didn't know no better, a guy said, listen, Chuck, your business would grow better if you weren't driving these raggedy cars. People would do more business with you if you weren't driving these cars. And so, Adam, I got caught up with that. I got caught up with it. So this is back in the day, and I got this car. People would know it. I started getting into these foreign cars because the body don't change, so you can fake people out. They don't know if it's a new car or used car. Can I talk about what I'm talking about? And so I bought this car. I bought this European car. And at the time, cell phones were just coming out. And the cell phones at that time were so big that they were like in a bag, you know what I'm saying? And in a car, they had to be fashioned in your car. They were so big. So I had one in my car. And the expense was so expensive, I didn't tell nobody my number because I didn't want them calling me. But I would use it if I was getting lost, because back then they didn't have GPS and all that crap. So if I'm going to an appointment, I get lost, I know where they lived, I would call ahead and say, listen, I'm running late, or how do I get to your house? And I call them and that type of thing. But my point is that I bought that car, and then after that car, I bought my BMW and stuff like that, and I bought that car. Then my BMW had so many problems with it, dadgummit. I was spending like $5,000 a year just in maintenance costs. And I'm like, what am I doing? So I got me a used Optima Kia. And I'm as good as I want to be. That car's paid off. You know what I'm saying? It's got a $100,000 mile warranty. If I have any problems, I can turn it back into them. So in any event, here's Coach. I'm going to bring him up, and he's going to really help us with this sickness and disease that we got, which is envy and jealousy. Thank you.
Well, let's give Elder Chuck, get my mic up and my volume up and where it should be. And there, I think we're coming on up there. We appreciate each and every one of you all. Welcome, Sunday Morning Masterclass here in the grand old city of Cincinnati. Appreciate those who are in the auditorium today and those who may be on their way and those who are not on their way. And we appreciate each and every one of you all. And I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. Now, how many of y'all know this building is not the house of the Lord? This is the building. This is the house of the Lord. Some people say, I got to just go to church. Well, I don't see you if you call this the church. I haven't seen you in a long time. But God bless you. Maybe you're somewhere. But God bless you. Pray that it bless you. Well, I tell you, it's wonderful. And welcome to Sunday morning. And we'll be back again. We'll try again on September the 10th. For those who want to end service, we will just here every other week. And that's not asking for much, is it, Chuck? Matter of fact, Chuck, I was going to close the whole thing down. and Chuck said, oh, no, I don't think the team wanted me to do that. But we at least said, look, give them an opportunity. And like I said, I'm not in the church growth lot anymore. I'm in the growing people as much as I can. Is that pretty good, everybody? And I just want to thank you all. We'll be back again September 10th. If you couldn't make it today, we're going to try again next week. So tell families and friends, hey, get your coffee now. You can take a 30-second break, 30-second break. And hopefully you're on Facebook now. We're going to start teaching in a moment. And we're going to give you about 60 minutes, hopefully good minutes today. And so tell family and friends that we're on. I'll see you in 30 seconds. And 30 seconds.
There is no delight in owning anything unshared. Be sure to go and follow us at www.renewcommunitychurch.org and follow us at Renew Community Church on Facebook and YouTube. While you're there, don't forget to click and share with all your family and friends, and have them come and join you each and every Sunday at 11:45 a.m. for your Sunday Masterclass. The miracle is this: the more we share, the the more we have.
Well, we thank you all, and you could get a free copy of 60 Seconds to a Focused Life calendar. You can get that this morning. It is my divine and human right to have great relationships today. By the way, you're not going to get anything done, and I think Chuck or brother hit on it, Adam. You're not going to get anything done in this earth without the other people. You can depend on God all you want. God is not going to violate his principles and break in a bank and give you the money in the bank. If you get money in the bank legally, you're going to get it through human vessels and human resources. And let me tell you this, if you're struggling financially or struggling anywhere in your life, then that's your problem. Because God has so many people in this earth now that can help you get to the next level. And as he was talking about with the whole brain, if you need somebody in finances, you can go to Blue. You can find the people in Blue Brain. You need somebody in customer service, you can go to Red. You need a big picture thinking, you can find somebody who's yellow, big visionary. And if you need somebody who can organize your life, you can just go to find some people in green. Are you all with me? So today is just going to be a wonderful day because I'm going to give you, especially though, and this is not, everybody says, well, they're always picking on the black community. This ain't about black community, but I'm talking to probably today, at least I know in this auditorium. I don't know how many people on YouTube and on Facebook that's watching, but I do know, I think Chuck hit on it. I want to help African Americans too. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? This seems like it's epigenetically, it's been a big issue, especially in the African American community, especially when I was coming up in the church and especially when I was getting my degrees. And I'll tell you about that, around jealousy and envy. So we'll talk about that. It's going to bless you because I want to tell you today, the number one reason why you're probably not advancing in your life is because subconsciously you're walking in envy and jealousy of other people, and the universe is holding up your stuff. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? It's not the devil, because there's no devil in the life of the believer. Some of y'all that's affiliated with Renew Community Church, you still deal with the devil, and I know you're dealing with him, but keep me out of it, will you? I don't fool with the devil. And if you fool with the devil, I ain't fooling with you neither. Is that pretty good? So get your calendar. Hey, get a free PDF today. You can get that. And there's 3 easy ways to give. This is the only other break we're going to have. I want you to share right now. Share right now, because here's 3 easy ways to give. And we're going to be back on teaching here in a moment. I don't care who's on there today. Just give me one person that we could turn their life around. Because I want you all to know, all you need is one person that will turn their life around, that can turn a whole neighborhood around, that can turn a whole house around, that turn a whole community around. One person in the United States, you all, over the last 8 years has shifted the whole vibrations of America, and America is one of the most negative countries in the world now because one person was able to be negative that was in power, and now people are gravitating toward that negative person. You got about 45% of our country right now is negative, and you got about 30% of our country is positive. So 45% of the people who's ruling America right now are ruling America with negative vibrations. Look at all the hate. Look at all the violence. Look at all the crime. And one person came into office and shifted the whole vibration of America. And then some of you religious people, oh, God's in control. No, he's not. He's only in control of what he's in control of. We are in control of humanity. Are you all here with me? And they spiritualize God is in control. No, he's not. He's in control of what he's in control of, and that's divinity. You are in control of your humanity. Somebody ought to say, man, well, I'll be back. I'm excited about the word of the Lord today. There are 3 easy ways to give. Be back in a moment. Get your coffee and let's get your money ready. Hello, and get I'm online and start giving today.
If you could only feel good about giving, then you could attract good things into your life today.
Hi, I'm Mark James Doris Jr. I was able to give $100 on Cash App. I feel great about giving today. If I can give $100, so can you.
Hi, my name is Ebony James, and I was excited that my friends and I were able to give $175 on PayPal today. It's a great feeling to give.
I'm Chase Parton. I was overexcited about being able to give. I was able to mail in $350 today. In order to receive, we must be willing to give. We must make space in order to receive, so pour into what pours into you.
Well, we're back, everybody. There are 3 easy ways to give today, and I'm going to give today. SundayConnectCircle.org. You can start giving now. The people who don't give in the past, this is your opportunity. If you like to give financially, we'd love for you to be a blessing. We do have a charter school here. We have on our campus, on our upper campus, we have a charter school. On our lower campus, we have child care and employees on both campus, and it takes a lot to support this facility. And so if you'd like to give today, you're more than welcome. And Cash App, here's an opportunity to give on Cash App. Maybe you're not used to giving on Cash App, but here's an opportunity you can give today on Cash App, or you can mail your funds in. And we want to thank Dolores Reese today for sending in so much money today. We really appreciate you, Dolores, and others that are giving already, Lisa and others. Sometimes I check, I get to see this stuff every now and then. So if you like to give, there's 3 ways to give: Cash App, online PayPal, Cash App, and by mail. If you like to give today, thank you all. Appreciate each and every one of you and your giving. Welcome Sunday morning masterclass right here in the city of Cincinnati. And be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. Thank you, Elder Chuck. I got a whole brain chart in my office and bedroom. I have a national bedroom and a national office. And I guess Colleen felt that I just kicked her out. I said, this is just a national research center. So my whole room is a national research center. And in that center, I got a bed there. I got a little everything. Can't tell you everything. I'd have to hug you. Are you all with me? But I've got that chart that you got up there, that whole brain chart, and we appreciate. So Take Back Your Life series, everybody. We want to talk about today, celebrate people's success without becoming envious and jealous of others. Find out if you know what, I want to share this. We'll talk about that in one moment, but I want to say something about, I want to ask you all a question as we go into the teaching in a moment. Whatever you are fascinated with, do you not know you'll get more of it? What are you fascinated about in life? How do you get up every morning? What are you really, really fascinated about? Now, the spiritual people, and I understand, they want to be spiritual, but let me tell you this. We're both human and divine, and we ought to be fascinated about God's divinity and God's humanity. And fascination, guess what it means? It's a preoccupation. Actually, it's a good word, but it also has a negative side to it also. Fascination means a preoccupation or passion or interest or captivation and obsession, energize and optimism and enthusiasm. Hopefully nobody touched the air over there today because we keep it right where it is. We're fine. Is everybody happy? You okay so far? Okay, so fascination it's energized. So whatever you're fascinated with, do you not know that you'll get more of it? And I just want to let you all know, fascination is whatever you focus on, you'll get more of it. And whatever you are fascinated with, you get more of it. So I just want you all to know this morning and every day, I'm just fascinated with God's presence. I'm fascinated with his love. I'm fascinated with his glory. I'm fascinated with divine health and divine healing. I'm fascinated with fun, and I've been sending out text messages to families and others. I'm fascinated with having fun and joy and peace and laughter and emotional happiness. I'm fascinated with the unspeakable joy and full of glory. How many of you all are I'm fascinated with divine health and divine healing. I'm fascinated with divine wellness. And do you not know whatever you are fascinated with, you get more of? Now, that's the positive side of a fascination. But where America is and where many of you all that's listening, even listening to me right now, you're fascinated with the negative side of fascination. You're fascinated with sickness and disease, so you're getting more of it. You're fascinated with negative reports and having poor health, so you're getting more of it. You're fascinated with lack of money and poverty, so guess what? You're getting more of it here in America. You're fascinated with scarcity and not enough, you're getting more of it. Look right now what America's fascinated with, Brother Chuck. They're fascinated with crime, gun violence. Is that right? They're fascinated with gun violence, and they're getting more of it. Americans are fascinated with racism, and they're getting more of it. You can pass all the laws in the world, you're not going to stop racism. Because what it is, racism is a negative vibration. Racism is a negative feeling. It's a negative mood. It's people who don't feel good about themselves, so what they do, they're envious and jealous of other people, and they take it out on other people, and it just happened to be racism. Are y'all here with me? So look at it. Look at America, y'all. Whatever you're focusing on, you get more of. They're focusing on the former vice president, they get more of it. You're going to have more of the former president for years, because America is into all that right now. One man has changed the course of America in the last 8 years, and as a result, we have 45% of Americans right now that's carrying negative vibrations. And just look at our country. And y'all keep praying. Oh, prayer ain't gonna help this. People gonna have to change their vibrations. I know y'all don't like that. Oh, just keep praying. Shut up in Jesus' name. That's your problem. You're praying and got odds against your heart, against your brother. You're mean and you're nasty, you're arrogant, and you praying all the time. And if your prayers were all that effective, then why is America so in trouble? Your prayers ain't helping America right now. You need to pray for you that you get good vibrations and that you become fascinated with God and fascinated with his love and fascinated with his presence and fascinated with the presence of God. Fascinated with, for in him I live and move and have my being. Fascinated I could do all things through Christ just strengthens me. Fascinated that I'm more than a conqueror. Fascinated that I'm on a spiritual incline. Fascinated with good health and prosperity, fascinated with the wonderful things of God. Are you fascinated about what God is doing through you? Are you all here with me? So let's be fascinated. So that's the good side. So fascinated means a preoccupation with optimism. I'm fascinated with laughter, joy, and peace, and happiness, and love. And are you fascinated today? Are you fascinated about God's divinity and God's humanity? And you know, the Bible says men ought to always pray, but the prayers that most people pray now, they're not effective in America, because if they were, look at our country. We got over 400,000 churches in America, and look at the condition of America. Because I hate to tell you, the majority of our churches with negative pastors and negative bishops in the pulpit carrying negative vibrations, carrying negative hate, carrying all this animosity in their heart, carrying all this dumb stuff, talking about gun violence every Sunday morning, talking about racism, and we wonder why America is so sick right now. If America would just change her vibrations, you say, well, America is spiritual. No. America right now is carrying negative vibrations. That's why there's so much violence. That's why there's an increase in mental illness. That's why there's so much unresolved child trauma, because America won't stop and deal with her own personal problems. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? And then we need to whole brain that while we at it. Won't y'all say that? Well, before we start digging into the teaching, let's try to get through today as fast as we can. Zakiya Allen, thank you. Glad to see you. Dr. Jennifer and Charles Baker, appreciate you all today. Dr. Ovetta Leary, Molly Thompson, Stefan Pryor. Thank you, Stefan. You're going to love today's message. Chris Bullock, appreciate you. And Chris Matthews and others that will be joining us shortly. Let's get right into it. Father of glory, give us the spirit of wisdom and revelation and the knowledge of you. Give us the fascination with love and joy and peace and happiness and God's glory, and be fascinated about his word today. So, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye what? Transformed by the renewing of your mind. Today is the 27th of August. It is my divine and human right to have great relationships today. How many of y'all want to have great relationships today? If you got great relationships, there are people that God has in the earth right now to just bless you. So did y'all hear what I'm just saying? People in the earth to help you with your spiritual life, help you with your mental life, your financial life, your relationship life, your love life, your marriage life, your business life, your financial life. There are people in the earth just to help you. Now, today's message, I know many of you all are asking, and I thank you all for staying with us right now. Some of my friends are still in bed watching us. That's good. That's okay. It's fine. While you're at it, hit that Cash App while you're at it. Will you do that? Is that right, Brother Chuck? Hit that Cash App if you can. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Why is today's message probably the most important message that I ever taught this year? Why is the next 50 minutes so important about what I'm talking about? Because let me just tell y'all right now, y'all ready right now? 80% of America is right at this message today. I want to tell you, 80% of the people that you and I know are jealous people and envious people. That's why America is in the condition that she's in. And they used to put this just on black people. Black people got their fair share. They do a whole lot of it themselves. A lot of our folk do it. They practice it on me. When I was coming up, probably I practiced it on some of them too. Are you all here with me? But I'm free now. What you say, man? I'm free. See, I'll admit where I messed up at. You just won't admit that you're envious and jealous. And you're going to locate yourself today. So don't hit the button. Don't turn me off yet. Come on, stay with me, you religious people, especially y'all praying religious people all the time. God bless you. And we ought to always pray. Are y'all here with me? And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Let us know who else is joining us on Facebook. Let us not. Here are our foundational scriptures. Let's get going, Aisha. How you doing, Aisha, over there? Beautiful. The mother of love and freedom. Let us not be desirous or vainglory, provoking one another. Look, envying one another. We're going to talk about this today. But if ye have bitter and envying and strife in your hearts, glory not and lie not against the truth. The wisdom descendeth not from above, but what is earthly, essential, is devilish. And for where envying and strife is, there's confusion and every evil work. I was talking to one of my dearest friends last night, and we were just talking about one of their friends who's sick, and how envious they are and how jealous these people who have been diagnosed with a terminal illness, how envious they are. And this morning I was thinking about that person. I said, well, I see they're sick. I see why they're sick. Because they're mean and they're nasty and they're arrogant. And they call themselves a believer, and when you're around them, they're the most super spiritual people that you've ever seen. Now, y'all don't know who I'm talking about, so you don't even have to dig that up. I didn't give that away. But I do use people as sermons from time to time, as messages. Let's look at the next scripture. Charity suffers long, love suffers long, and is kind, you all. Charity envies not. Oh, by the way, please feel free, anybody that's a mastermind student involved, when you don't see me showing love, please don't put it out on Facebook. Come and tell me, point it out to me where I messed up on love. Will you all do that? Don't go and tell your friends. That's right. Love suffers long and is kind. Charity, it envies not. It complains not. It's not puffed up. Wrath is cruel and anger is outrageous, but who is able to stand before envy? For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. These are scriptures. I got a little disclaimer I'm going to put on this. Why is this message so important? Who else we have here? They're lining up here today. Hey, Alicia Smith, thank you for your wonderful gift today. I think they spelled your name wrong. Ricky Davis, thank you, Ricky. Glad to see you. Hope to see you soon. Clarence, my brother-in-law and sister from Atlanta, Georgia, is listening today, and appreciate them all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. Shirley Hambrick, glad to see you last week. And everybody, Sister Pat Hambrick is doing well. Looked like she was at death's doors, but she's turning around. Want y'all say amen. And, of course, you know I had to go over and see her at the nursing home and had to be funny and laugh. Y'all know when I'm coming in to see you, we ain't doing a lot of praying. We're going to do a lot of laughing. We're going to do a lot of laughing and giggling and having fun. We're going to change the atmosphere. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? So if you're looking for me to come over and do a lot of holding of hands and praying and moaning, don't call me. Are y'all here with me? Okay. And Dr. William Kirkland, one of my dearest friends, glad to see. And Kimberly Ingram, glad to see her. Janice Robinson, glad to see you today. Others are coming in. They're lining up right now. Now, I want to tell you why this message is so important. Thank y'all for working. You got to get this. Chuck is always baffled how we work a message. Are y'all here with me? He's always baffled because everybody's trying to predict where is he coming from. You can't lose with the stuff I use, so don't even try. Are y'all here with me? So why is this message so important? I want y'all to hear me real quick. If you have any envy or jealousy in your heart, it is the reason why you are not doing well in your health, in your money, in your finances, in your relationship, in your business life, in your marriage life, in your family life. And I'm going to add one little thing. It could be the major reason, and perhaps it is the major reason why you are in spiritual decline, why your health is declining, why your mind is declining, your mental health is declining, your relationships are declining, and your life is the way it is, and you're unhappy, is because subconsciously you are carrying negative vibrations of envy and jealousy against other people. And I've asked the Lord, I said, Lord, please, anything in my heart, I confess with my mouth and believe in my heart, cleanse me right now, confess with my mouth. And I said, if we confess, and I use that scripture, if we confess our sins, you are faithful and just to forgive us of our sins. There's no sins in the life of the believer unless we get that stuff in our life. And I wanted to make sure I didn't have any sin in my life when it came to envy and being jealous of other people. Are y'all here with me? Is this pretty good, sister? So if you have any envy or jealousy in your heart, because you are in a spiritual decline, it could be jealousy and envy. Maybe you're in a spiritual decline, a health decline, a mental decline, financial decline, relationship decline, business decline, love life decline. Whatever it is, check your heart and at least make sure if you are in a decline, it has nothing to do with envy and jealousy. Did y'all hear what I just said? Could be something else. It could be something else. It could be a unforgiveness that you're holding against someone. But right now, we are talking about envy and jealousy, and we're going to define it. And one of the things I learned, you will never become one of us if you criticize us. Listen to this. If you criticize the wealthy and the rich and the emotionally happy people and the joyful people, you will never become one of us. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Winburn, you so happy. I just don't believe it. I need to follow you home. I need to be with you. You couldn't stand all the happiness that I got going on in my life. You would just fall out and drop. We would have to call 911 for you to be in my presence, because that's how I live my life, with fun and joy and peace and happiness. I went over to Brother Charles' house and fell out. It was so much joy, peace, and happiness in his house. Now, wouldn't that be good? Hey, we have 100 people showing up at Jewish Hospital or Christ Hospital. They said, why are they here? They fell out. They went over Charlie Winburn's house, and they started laughing and hollering and screaming, and fell out. And doctor said, well, we don't know what to do with them. They all laying here crying. And I just wait for a couple hours. It'll wear off. And y'all don't even have to treat them. Send them back home. And this time they'll be full of joy, peace, and happiness. Is everybody here? And we are just trustees of each other, y'all. We are not owners of anyone. I'm kind of putting some disclaimers out here. And no one owns anyone. We are trustees. And when you understand that your envy and your jealousy could be based on that you feel that you own somebody, that you feel that that they belong to me. My wife belongs to me. No, she doesn't. Your husband belongs to. No, they don't. This is my woman. No, you don't have a woman. God just allowed her to be your temporary woman until the appointed time of the Father. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Because you own her. So that means I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to beat her up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to have this. No. You don't own nobody. You don't own your man. That's my man. You don't own that man. He's just a temporary gift to you until the appointed time of the Father. I don't own my children. They don't belong to me. They belong to God. I don't own my wife, that she belongs to God. And I always tell people, look, family members say, well, I'm going to leave you. Look, God bless you. God has given me a gift. It's called the gift of goodbye. And goodbye, we'll love you. And you remember that thing? I'll see you later. Remember that? Alligator. Is that right? Okay, let's go on. Disclaimer. Let's go right here. Teach. Let's go. Y'all ready now? Let's go into it. Disclaimer. Without condoning the envious and jealous ones, I want to lay a foundation. Oviedo, we've been through it here. Over the years in developing this church, we've had thousands of people come and go here. And I hate to tell y'all, thousands of people blame me for a lot of stuff that I didn't have nothing to do with. But I didn't know what it was all about. Especially now I do. It's tied to two words called envious and jealousy. But I'm not condoning envious people or jealous people right now. I just want to show you that everything that people do to you that is nasty and ugly is really not tied to envy or jealousy. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? So can I ready? Let's look at it. If you are an arrogant person and you are a nasty person and you are religious and stubborn and prideful and mean and unkind and a traditional person, and people see this in you, every time we're around you, you got to be praying. Every time we're around you, you got to be giving us a scripture. Every time we're around you, you are religious. Every time we're around you, it's all about you in your little nasty, unkind way. If you are arrogant and unkind and mean and nasty, people are usually not jealous and envious of you or your success, but because you are a nasty person, they don't like you. Chuck, did I lay it out here? There are some people I know in the Midwest. I'm going to say it like that because everybody trying to figure out who I'm talking. I know a politician in the Midwest. They are dynamic. They are, let me tell you, they are dynamic. They are gifted. They put stuff together, and they are tremendously dynamic, but they are arrogant, they're unkind, they're prideful, they're stubborn, they're nasty, and they're mean, and then they tell everybody, oh, they don't like me because they're envious and jealous of me. No, brother, they don't like you because you're nasty. They don't like you because you're unkind. Is this pretty good, everybody? People just don't like you. Neither do I. Smile. You all here with me. Neither do I. I don't like you neither. Are you with me? Somebody asked me, say, do you like her? No, no, I don't like her. She nasty. She ugly. She act crazy. He's nasty. He's ugly. He acts crazy. Oh, you all here with me? You know, nasty applies to anybody that's mankind. So when I use the term nasty, I'm talking about everybody. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Ain't no gender in this. You're nasty. Let's go on. Is everybody with me? This is a master class. Aren't we having fun already? Who else do we have lining up? People don't want your possessions or to be like you. They just don't like you. And there's people that just don't like me. And y'all got to accept that. And y'all got to stop. When I say y'all, you have to stop saying they're envious and jealous of me. No, you are causing your own problems. People don't like being around you. Because you talk crazy, you're arrogant, you're mean, you don't get along with nobody. Why they just jealous of me. You don't have anything. Now, let me back up. You may have some beautiful things going on in your life, but because of your disposition and your attitude and the way you act, people don't want to be around you. Is this good, everybody? How many of y'all are still here with me so far? Yeah, they don't like you because you portray and carry negative vibrations, negative emotions, and negative moods as a person. How many of y'all like to hang around people that carry negative vibes and mood? And then you all try to convince them, let's pray. You can't pray with no negative person when they're negative, when their vibes are not right. The best thing you could do is move on out of the way. Is this pretty good? If you are an extreme narcissist, now everybody in the world now is using the term narcissist. Let me put this to rest. Everybody I know, including me, is a narcissist. We all have some stuff in us that we think we are better than a whole lot of stuff. The problem is when it becomes an extreme narcissist. I just hear all this stuff on the internet and social media. Oh, they're narcissists. So are you. So when did you not become one? This word has been beat up so badly, you all. So let me just put it out there now. I don't know not one narcissist. Everybody, children, family members, all of my people, you all that sit here, all of y'all got a little narcissism in you. It's when it's extreme is where the problem is. Did you get what I'm coming from? So people don't like you because you're an extreme narcissist. It's all about you. And then people don't like you because you played the victim role by saying people are jealous of you. You ever seen people, oh, they just jealous of me. No, you're not. You're mean. You're unkind. Let's go on. So when people don't like you, they won't go out of their way to help you. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Let's go on. People are not usually envious or jealous if they don't like you. The reason they might not like you is because you think people owe you something with their praise. Have y'all ever met people? I had one brother told me one time, a pastor, he got mad at me. I said, hey, brother Joe Blow, don't call me Joe Blow. I'm a pastor. You need to honor me. You honor me as a pastor. He told me, this was his demand. I said, whoopee-doo, pastor. Because there are people that want you to praise them. Oh, you better call me an apostle, prophet, evangelist, pastor, teacher. Brother, let me tell you, y'all know my name? Charlie Winburn. I paid $8 million for that name since 1993. So you don't have to call me Mr. You can call me anything you want. You can call me Mrs. if you want. I won't get offended. I don't care. You don't owe me nothing. The Bible says, owe no man nothing but to love them. I've got some of my friends, y'all, on the phone, and they listening now. They call me, I call them, hello, how you doing? Hi, Mother Winburn. You know, they call me stuff like that. I don't get offended because of that. But some of y'all get offended. Y'all know who I am. I'm a reverend. Give honor to whom honor is due. Won't you just shut up? You ain't got no honor. So, but I got a title. Your title is not your honor. Your character is your honor. Oh, good God Almighty. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Your character, your integrity is your honor. That's your honor. So I'm Charlie Winburn, and to some of my friends, I'm Mother Charlie Winburn. Really, I am. I'll tell y'all after service who some of my friends, I call them, and I just say, hello, hey, Mother, how you doing today? They call me Mother, brother, and I don't get offended. Let's go on. Now, they're not calling me MF. They just calling me Mother, trying to be funny. But a majority of homicides in America, you all, the majority of them, now, there are some homicides that are in self-defense. It's very few. But the majority of homicides and violence in America is rooted, you all. Do you know it's rooted in envy and jealousy? Look at it. Number one is because of unresolved child trauma. The guy who went in Jacksonville, Florida on yesterday and killed those 3 African-American people, that person had unresolved childhood trauma. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? And some of y'all say, well, everybody. Now, I'm telling y'all, everybody, the majority of Americans have not resolved their childhood trauma. And that's why we have so many problems. Here's another reason. Envy. Wanting someone else's possessions or things, or thinking you should have those possessions or feelings entitled to those things. They're envy. Are y'all here with me? So look at the theft. Look at people take people's car and take their money from them. That's envy. They want to take somebody's stuff, and then they may get shot in the process. Then jealousy. Now, jealousy is resenting others because you want to be like them. I used to want to be like T.D. Jakes and Fred Price and all that stuff. And my wife told me one day, when are you going to start being you? And you know what? And then when I start being me, she said, oh, maybe I shouldn't have told you that, you know. Oh, you all hear? Maybe I should have told. But did y'all hear what I'm saying? Because I wanted to be like all these other people, and now I'm me. Are you all here with me? I said, Lord, what have I created? Maybe he should have been like Joel Osteen and T.D. Jakes and Eddie Long and all them other people. Are y'all? So jealousy, resenting others because you want to be like them, resenting others for their success and accomplishment. Now, I didn't resent Osteen and T.D. Jakes and them. What it is, I want to be like these guys. You know, no. I start being like, and the moment I start being, guess what? The moment I start being who I am in God, my blood pressure dropped. I became emotionally happy. I start laughing. I start having fun. I can now say, for in him I live and move and have my being. Somebody ought to say amen. And I wanted to say one of my dearest friends, he's always been a friend. We had a little disagreement. He apologized to me about 6 weeks ago, and he says, you know what, I'm going to apologize to you because I really never allowed you to be who you wanted to be. Are you all here with me? And many times we don't know why. Envy and jealousy negatively impacts the brain. So when you are you could be consciously envious and jealous of somebody, or you can be subconsciously. And I want to tell y'all this, most people don't even know subconsciously that they have envy and jealousy because they've been practicing it so long, and it's become their habit where their habitat is at. Did y'all hear what? Your habits now have become a part of your habitat because you're good at doing it. And when somebody, now we're going to get into it. Anybody else, should we recognize what is envy? What is envy? What is envy, everybody? It's wanting what someone else has. Brother, the stuff that I went through with Renew Community Church, people wanted what I had. And guess what? I was easy to be entreated. I said, y'all can have it. What you doing? They even got together one time, and they said, well, we got to prepare for the secession, the windburn. And I said, well, look, y'all planning on for me to leave, to go to glory? Oh, yeah, we getting ready. I said, well, let me tell y'all something right now. You all will never live to be my age. So they broke that up. They stopped all that secession plan stuff. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? They were talking about did you hear me, Chuck? They were talking about a secession plan. They're going to create their own secession plan. And because they wanted something that didn't belong to them. Let's go on. You may like or dislike other people because of their envy of their success and advantages or possession. You think you deserve them. That's what envy is. Oh, I deserve that. I don't know why Winburn got a book out, 60 Seconds to a Focused Life. My book is much better than his. Well, where is your book? Did y'all hear what I'm saying? And so let's go on. Well, he's doing stuff that I should be doing. You ever had a friend, are you doing stuff that I've been called to do? Well, why are you not doing it? Envy. Okay. Here's some examples. Oh, y'all gonna love this. Come on, let's go on. We're doing pretty good. Here's some examples of in the Bible where there was envy and there was jealousy. Y'all ready? Cain and Abel. Y'all know what happened there, right? What happened? Cain killed Abel. Joseph's brother versus Joseph. Now, I'm going to tell you, Joseph, though, created a little his own problem through his own arrogance. He shouldn't have never told his brothers, you all going to be bowing to me. You don't tell your brothers that. You should save that. But you know what? He had to tell it because all of those things added up to Joseph becoming second in command. So everything had to fall in place. And how many of y'all remember King Saul didn't like David? He tried to kill David. Is this good examples? And Jezebel versus Elijah. Here Elijah went to Mount Carmel and slayed all the false prophets. And then Elijah heard that woman Jezebel was on his track. Brother, you don't want Jezebel to get on you. Whew, Jesus, he was running. And they say he ran under, I don't know what they call a juniper tree. They said, what, Elijah, aren't you the same powerful man of God that killed all these false prophets? He said, but that woman named Jezebel, I ain't fooling with her. She ain't nobody to be playing with. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Okay, y'all remember that? Okay, and then how many of y'all remember Tanya Harding was jealous of Nancy Kerrigan? Harding was banned for life from the ice figure skating. I want y'all to watch this 30-second clip, and I'll be right back. Prior, I want you to watch this. This is Tanya Harding. Be right back.
That smash of a baton on Nancy Kerrigan's knee kept her out of the National Skating Championships and on the front page for months. It meant she couldn't qualify for the Winter Olympics in February. The whispers began immediately that people close to rival Tanya Harding were involved.
I can't believe it. I mean, why does someone want to discredit me? I mean, I just don't understand.
Were you shocked when you read some of these things?
It's ludicrous. It's totally ludicrous.
But it wasn't. Her husband, Jeff Gillooly, and bodyguard Sean Eckert were involved, and she knew it. She admitted it just days later.
I had no prior knowledge of the planned assault on Nancy Kerrigan. I am responsible, however, for failing to report things I learned about the assault when I returned home from nationals.
Gone with Harding's Olympic dream, her marriage, her membership in the U.S. Skating Association, and a $100,000 fine imposed for the part she played in hindering the investigation of the attack. Her former husband, Jeff Gillooly, was given 2 years in jail. 18-month sentences were handed to Tanya's bodyguard, Sean Eckert, hitman Shane Stant, and the getaway car driver, Derek Smith.
Well, you see what happens when you're involved in jealousy? And also boxer Mike Tyson bit off part of Evander Holyfield's ear. I want you to watch this clip.
Oh, and some nasty stuff in there. There looked to be a bite almost. Holyfield is very unhappy. Look at this. It looked as if Tyson bared his teeth at one stage in the exchange.
Yes,
hit his ear.
He bit his ear. That's what Holyfield was in a lot of pain from that. You see the blood on the ear. That was definitely a bite.
Well, feelings are running very, very hot indeed in there. Holyfield was outraged by that. Now, what is the referee going to do about that? 1 point deduction for Tyson. It's ear. Now let's take a look again.
Yes, it's just here. He gets into the position there. Watch. You see he stays there. There he bites him there. You see him lift his teeth. And Holyfield in agony at that point, trying to rip free. In an awful lot of pain.
Well, this is getting like a street fight.
Well, that was a street fight. Well, here's another one. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars. All jealousy over Jada. And then Jada pretty much was asking, Will, why did you do this?
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay.
Well, y'all see what anger and jealousy will do? You see what people will do? So what does envy look like? Shut that door over there for me. What does envy look like? You are not going to congratulate someone else for their success. You become emotionally unhappy when others succeed. Are you all here? And I want to thank Renew Community Church, though. I really do. Many of you all, when we did our first, we haven't launched our book yet, but when we did our first proof of concept and got several hundred copies of books out, you really, really rallied behind me. And let me say thank you. Are you all here with me? And you bought books. You are happy when others fail or have a setback. Have y'all ever met people like that? How many of y'all remember when I used to be on Cincinnati City Council? And how many of y'all remember when the city solicitor's office and the Cincinnati Police Department, those who represented the, let's put it like this, those who represented the city solicitor's office and those who represented the mayor's office and those who represented the police department allegedly got together and created an atmosphere because they thought I was going to run for mayor, and they had my one of my aides framed because they thought we had documented files. What's those files they call with Trump? What they call them? They have a name for them. No, the files that they took from Trump's house. What they call them? No, there was a name that they used it. But let me tell you, wasn't nothing in my office as a security file or anything. We didn't have nothing in our office of that important. So what they did, some people, not everyone in the city, but very few people, we got Winburn now. He's going down now. He's going to jail. And they didn't know I'm like Freddy Krueger. I came back and beat the hell out of a whole lot of people. Are you all here with me? They said, oh, Lord, Whitburn, they exonerated him. People were running and hiding, and people were coming and confessing to me, Chuck, I didn't do it. They did it. The mayor's office is involved. No, the police officer, the police department did it. No, Whitburn, I didn't do it. The city's, everybody was telling on everybody. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? But I beat them all. What y'all say, man? Okay, you always question someone else's teaching and preaching or presentation. You think you could do it better. We had them around here, didn't we, over there? They always question. Then we say, well, why God hasn't called you? Well, no, I ain't called. I said, well, if you ain't called, how do you know what I'm saying ain't called to be the right thing? Until God calls you, then you shut up. You don't know what. You don't have the liberty and the freedom to say to really evaluate anybody. So always want to question somebody's teaching or their preaching. And then you don't praise the achievement and accomplishment of others. When people do well, you should congratulate them. Let's go on. You are angry when other people praise others. Have you ever seen people? Don't praise them. They don't deserve all that. That make their head big. Where did y'all get this crazy stuff from? Don't praise your kids. It's going to make his head big. Why? With all the challenges that we got in the world, your kid need praise and honor and authenticity and encouragement and nourishment. Why would you not want to do that with your jealous self of your own kids? You jealous of your own children. Let's go on. You make up rumors and spread false information about others. How many of y'all know people like that? What about you, Kim? They make it up. When I was here, we've been here for years, people just made up stuff on me around here. Just made up. Oh, he's against women. First of all, I've never been against women. That is a lie. And then you are still spreading that stuff. Many of y'all are still spreading that stuff. He's been against, they told me this. They don't even know what they're talking about. Well, Winburn, this woman in Lincoln Heights, she said she used to sleep with you and she knew you. I said, give me her name. I said, I don't know that woman. I don't know. Who is she? They say, I don't really. People just make up stuff. Just spread stuff, don't even know what they're talking. Or I remember him when he was in the foster home. He was that bad kid. Tell me, what did I do? Did you hear what I'm saying? They just make up stuff along the way. Is that pretty good? Okay. And of course, let me just say this. They said, Winburn, the devil is setting you up with those women. And I said, well, look, the devil know I like pretty women. So why would the devil set me up with that woman out there in Lincoln Heights? Now, the devil knows. Now, if the devil knows something about me, now why would the devil send me somebody that look like Medusa? Now, I'm just telling you, did y'all hear what I'm saying? If the devil gonna send somebody, and send Beyonce, send who else? Holly Berry. Matter of fact, did she get sued the other day or something? She got to pay child support. But I'm having fun, everybody. Don't go out and turn this into a doctrine. And we had it around here, they spread stuff. We had a lady in the fellowship. Oh, better, were you here? And this one lady came in, and let me tell you, she admired me, and she would hang around me at after church, and all these people around got together, and they prayed against a woman and said she had to leave. And I said, y'all leave that. And I got up publicly and said, leave that woman alone. Leave her alone. I can take care of me. I don't need 12 women to defend me against a nice woman. I said, matter of fact, y'all need to go somewhere and sit down. And it was a shame, you all, what they did to that woman. And I had to get up publicly and tell them to leave that woman alone. And I don't need you all to be protecting me against women. Isn't this amazing? So if I was treating women that bad, why were they defending me? Are you all here with me? Let's go on. God bless everybody. I'm giving y'all some examples to show you I've been there too. So you try to duplicate and copy what other persons are doing. Of course, I did that. But it wasn't a jealousy. It was, maybe it could have been a jealousy, but it was not with resentment. Are you all here with me? And then you feel that you deserve someone else's possessions or skills or accomplishments. And what is jealousy? Jealousy is more than dangerous envy. Let's move on. Those who practice jealousy carry resentment against others, while those who carry envy can like the other person but want what they want. So a person can be envious of you, but they don't have to dislike you. But they just want what you got. And they'll say, I deserve that. They like you, but I deserve that. But a jealous person carries resentment against you. And guess what? Those are the type of people who end up in killing you, or poison you, or trying to hurt you, or stab you. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? And then you are afraid someone is going to take something that you own or possess, or you believe you own or possess what someone else has, and you resent someone because of their success, their achievements, or their accomplishments, and you think others will favor that person over you. And that may be true. People may favor you over you. By the way, I grew up, when I was here in city of Cincinnati, I was a junior and senior at one of the local churches here. And did you all know, I never seen nothing like this in my life, you all. Now, here I'm from the streets. I done been in 15 foster homes, and I've struggled all my life. And this time I go to a church. I go to a church. Now, the bishop there loved me. The bishop supported me. He honored education. But guess what? I come in, I'm going to college and working on I had already received my AS degree and was working on my BS degree. Do you not know some of the elders in the church didn't like me because I was getting my education? And they would get up in the pulpit and talk against me. Yeah, we got some of them around here. They're getting their education. They ain't got no salvation. And people would lift their hands and clap, and they would do all this stuff. They were talking about me, because I was the only one at that time, especially male, good looking. That's bragging just a little bit there. You know, good looking, nice hair, clean. Come in, you know, all the fine women there, and they were talking about me. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? And this is, but when I was in the foster homes, they ain't had nothing to say, other than old poor him. He ain't no good, you know. God bless him. But the moment I tried to improve my life, they had everything to say. You ever been there? That's right. Okay. And then the fear of losing your position to someone else because they are better than you in success and accomplishment and achievement. We had that here. We had one elder here, two elders got in a fight over another building. They had to hold one of them. And this one elder says, I'm not going to let you take the position that I've been here for years, and you're not going to come here and take my position that I'm supposed to be Charlie Winburn's right-hand man. And I can't tell y'all what I told both of them. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? And they are no longer here anymore because they needed to be somebody else's right-hand man. They had jealousy, and they fought over me. And really, by them fighting over me, showed their envy and jealousy against me, because these two guys wanted to be like me. Did you hear what I'm saying? And they ain't here no more. They were replaced. Got Chuck Futel. They were replaced. Dan, did y'all hear with me? They were replaced. Adam, they were replaced. Are y'all here with me? And I had nothing to do with it. Let's go on. And you fear losing in your situation to someone else, so you become jealous of another person. Let's go on. Why are people envious and jealous of others? What is at the root of the problem? I want to help you all. You remember what I said up front, Gray Wolf? Why is this message so important? You remember what I said? If you have any envy and jealousy in your heart, could be the major reason why you're struggling in your spiritual life, your health life, your mental life, your financial life, your love life, your business life, your marriage life, your family life, your community life. What is at the root of jealousy and envy? And we see it on the radio stations. All y'all got to do is cut on. It doesn't matter whether you're on the white station or the black station. They all talk against other people all the time. If you all listen, just listen to our radio stations, you all. Listen to our podcast, and they're always talking and putting other people down. Am I right about it? I'm not calling out any radio stations. Just call, and that's how I guess the stations make their money, by you calling in and knocking somebody else. And it's called the crab in the barrel. Y'all know what a crab is? One crab goes up, the other crab grabs them down, brings them down. So what is the root cause? Here it is, you all. Unresolved child trauma. We already knew it all. Everything goes back to unresolved child trauma. My wife said, Charles, everything is trauma. I said, yep, everything is unresolved child trauma. If you're struggling spiritual, you're struggling with you're struggling with your health. You probably have not resolved your unresolved childhood trauma. You're struggling with your mind. It could be traced back to unresolved childhood trauma. Something Chuck said today, that when you don't resolve the stress in your life and these negative emotions, it turns into oxidative stress, toxicity, and inflammation in your body. And you don't know this. You wonder why your face is swollen all the time, why your nose is so big, why your lips are so big, why your teeth is poked out, and you mad, and you got all these issues because you never really resolved this. A lot of people, I done went to 4 counseling sessions and I'm resolved. No, you're not. 'Cause look how you're acting. You're unkind. You still got these issues going on in your life. You got to resolve it. You got to come to the day where you have to say, I have conquered my unresolved child trauma, and I can honestly say, I have conquered my unresolved child trauma. And anytime it try to sneak back up, I know what to do. Are you all here with me? So what is another reason why people are jealous and envy? Unfocused lives. Are y'all with me? You focus on everybody else's life. You're fascinated with everybody else, but where's your fascination for your life? You're unfocused. It's nothing like marrying somebody unfocused. You know, I love this little clip, and we're almost there, everybody, in Coming to America. And I can understand why he wanted to find his bride in America. This woman, that she was gorgeous. Y'all got to say, she was pretty, you all. She was a pretty woman that was offered up to Eddie Murphy, right? But Eddie brought her in the back and said to her, what would you like? Whatever you like. What do you want to be? Whatever you want to be. Nobody, woman or man, don't nobody want nobody like that. Now, some people would, because if they're broke and poor and ain't got nothing, and weak, they all, oh, Lord, I got me a good one. I got me a good one. She'll do anything I want. Go over there and lie down. Go over there and holler and scream. Go out there and pick me some cotton. Go in there and fix me some chitlins. Yes, whatever you want. I mean, but look, he didn't want nobody like that. He went to America. Why you laughing, brother? I ain't never seen him laugh. That's good. Isn't that good? Yeah, that's right. I ain't never seen him laugh. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I know some of y'all say, I wish more women would be like that. No, you don't want nobody like that. Did you hear what I'm saying? You don't want no man like that. But let's go on. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, right? He doesn't know what he wants. And really, sister, I'm saying this to every sister right now, because I have so many sisters that I talk to every week with Bird. I need a man. I got to find. I said, well, look, I need somebody that's marry me. I said, well, what? And Winburn, what is the first question should I ask these people? Okay, if they're going to marry you, you need to have them put in writing, where are they taking you in life? Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Where are you taking me? You're going to marry somebody, where are you taking? And then y'all, let me tell y'all, I was told not to bring up sex too often. But I happened to read this yesterday, and it says online, it says, in the majority of relationships, if you take out sex, they won't have nothing else going on in their relationship. Chuck, did you hear what I said? And I'm going to say that today, on the sex thing, because there's some people that's very sensitive around sex and stuff. But that's your issue, ain't mine. But I tried to abide by it as much as I could. But a double-minded man, you're going to marry a man, he should have, he should write out his dreams, his vision, and his plan for your life. When Colleen married me almost 43 years ago, you know what? I had a vision and a plan. This is where I'm going. This is where I'm taking you. You know, now after a certain period of time, I was telling Colleen not long ago, I said, Colleen, I don't really know you anymore. And you don't know me anymore. She said, why? I said, because we're new people. We've been together 4 decades and 3 years. We are totally different people. Our cells have changed. Why are you laughing, Gray Wolf? Is that pretty good? Our cells have changed. We are new people. I'm not who I was 43 years ago. What about you, Chuck? You're not who you are. You and Marcia have been married 42, 43 years. Y'all been married 4 decades and 2 and 3 years. You all are not the same people. And then when I hear people say, will I marry you again? I'm not for sure we want to go there because I don't know who you are. I don't know you. I was telling Cole, I said, Cole, I don't know you, huh? You don't know me. We got to start all over again. Let's be friends. Let's get to know something about. And I told Colleen the other day, I said, you and I need to start becoming friends so you can get to know who I am now. Are y'all here with me? We have changed, you all. Every day we are changing from glory to glory. We go from faith to faith. Our cells are different. My body is different. It's much better looking now. Are y'all here with me? Are you all here with me? Let me keep going. Come on, everybody. Unforgiveness is another reason why people are envious and jealous of others. Let all bitterness and wrath be put away. Be tenderhearted, forgiving one another. Comparing yourself with others. Chuck, I think I heard Elder Chuck say this today. Listen to this. Here's scripture. I'm going to give y'all. If you ever want to get in trouble, start comparing yourself with other people. With other people. I have this thing about my book on my launch period time and everything. I slowed it down. I said, I am not, and I told my team, I am not going to launch this book until all the resources are in place. Now, that doesn't mean that everything has to be in place before I launch. I didn't say that. But if I've got to sign contracts and X number of dollars, I'm not going to start out here with a deficit. Did y'all understand what I'm saying? I'm not, because what you could do is start comparing yourself with Joel Osteen. They got their book out there. T.D. Jakes got his out there. Everybody got their book out there. I said, I am not them. You don't know what they had to do to get where they got to go, so I'm not comparing myself. Look what the Bible says. For we dare not make ourselves of the number. This is a Bible. Of the number, or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves, but they measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves among themselves is not wise. Stop comparing yourself, sister, with Beyonce. Stop comparing yourself with Halle Berry. Stop comparing yourself with all these other figures. Stop doing it. And I don't compare myself with anybody else because the Bible says it's not even wise. Is this good? This is Bible. Here it is. 2 Corinthians 10 and 12. Let's read it one more time. We're going to stop at 2 o'clock. We're going to stop at 2 because we're almost there. Look what it says. Okay, let's go back. Okay, look what it says. Ready? Let's read together. 1, 2, 3. For we dare not make ourselves of the number or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves. All these folk commending themselves. But they measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves among themselves, the Bible says is not even wise. There's no use me standing up here comparing myself to Elder Chuck. Chuck's got some stuff that I just don't have the grace. God has not given me the grace for. That Chuck don't benefit comparing with me. I'll never be Chuck, and Chuck will never be me. Chuck don't want to be me. Are y'all with me? I love Chuck. I don't want to be him either. I don't want to be T.D. Jakes anymore. I don't want to be Eddie Law. I don't want to be Joel Osteen. I don't want to be any of these folk anymore. Fred Price. I'm me. I am who I am in the Lord. Somebody ought to say, man, I want to enjoy the skin that God put me in. Do y'all like the skin you in? Then stop comparing yourself I got to compare myself among all these churches. Winburn, you need to have a packed house. I stopped all that stuff, all that church growth, all that stuff, killing these pastors dying early, trying to do all the work of the ministry, feeding the poor, and I'm not against that, and wearing themselves out and having services. I said, when I grew up in the Church of God in Christ, they used to have service when I was in college. Listen to this, you all. on Tuesday night. Ready? Then I had a prayer service on Thursday night. I had to come back on Friday, come back on Sunday morning, and Sunday night I said, if I ever get out of this, never again will I do anything on any of them days. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Brother, I was free at last. I was in college going through it. I said, this is too much church. Are you all here with me? It was just too much. And then we all try to mimic ourselves after other pastors and other churches, and we want to be like everybody else. I don't want to be like all my other friends. I don't care what they're doing. Well, they had 1,000 there this morning. Well, I can tell you right there, the offering wasn't no more than $200. So y'all here with me? Okay, let's go on. Here's another reason why people are envious and jealous. Competition. Scarcity. Y'all saw what Tanya, you saw what Harding, what she did, right? To the lady, Nancy. Competition, scarcity. That's why people say, oh, we in competition. No, I'm not. I'm not in competition with nobody, because competition is a bad word. Now, I know we use it in America. Oh, we're competing. We got basketball. We're competing, competition. We're in a competition for bowling. It is a bad word. I don't care how you say it, because guess what? Somebody's going to win and somebody's going to lose. And guess what it's rooted out of? It's rooted out of scarcity. Scarcity. I want y'all to say scarcity. And that's what it's rooted out of. Because if somebody you jealous of, you believe that there's not enough to go around. So you come after them. Fear is another reason. For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but a power and love and a sound mind. We're almost there. Scarcity. Here it is. Running out of everything. They must take from other people because we're running out of everything. Well, look what happened there in Hawaii. Can you all imagine that all the people that has died in Hawaii over there in that particular place, in Maui, is that it? Maui, they died over there, and people looting and stealing because scarcity. They feel we're running out of everything. They must take from others. Y'all look at me right now. Look at me. Everybody look at me right now. Let me tell you one thing. God is God. We are not running out of anything. You may be running out of stuff. You may be running out of health, mental health, business, finances, relationship, but I want to tell you right now, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. God has plenty of everything. We ain't running out of nothing. I don't care about global warming. I don't care about how the earth is shifting. God, now this is where God is in control. He's in control of all of his resources. And if you're running out of something, that's you running out. God ain't running out of nothing. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? And is that pretty good, everybody? And God, won't y'all repeat after me? God is my source, not America. God is my source. And matter of fact, when gas prices went up, I said, I'm having me some of it. I don't care what it is. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? You know, we ain't running out of any. If there's any scarcity, it's in your life. And that's why y'all pinch pennies and throw dimes. That's why you can't support the church and you can't support other ministries, because you're scarcity. In just about 2 weeks, I'm going to go and be a blessing to Bishop Bobby Hilton. He's having a 65th birthday celebration. And I'm going to buy a big ad on the back of their thing. I'm going to go over and give him half of the proceeds of my book. Are you all here with me? I'm going to bless Bishop Bobby Hilton, because we ain't running out of anything. I want to bless that man of God. Are you all here with me? I'm not in competition with Bishop. And guess what Bishop says? Bishop said, Whitburn, I ain't let nobody else come in here and do what you would do. You could bring your book. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? And I'm going to give him half, whatever we sell, 200 books, 300. He'll get half of the proceeds, because I want to bless him, because we ain't running out of nothing. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? I called yesterday I text my consultant, my book consultant, because we're going to launch our book online, and I told him I'm still waiting on X number of dollars to come in, and guess what he said? Your book is so phenomenal, you don't have to worry about anything, Brother Charlie. He says the principles will be there when you launch your book. Are y'all here with me? So I'm not in a hurry, you all. Did y'all? We ain't running out of nothing. Let's go on. Subconscious poverty, not enough for me. Must take from other people. Subconscious poverty. Most of the people that I know are poor, and I ain't talking about just poor financially. They're poor in their health. They're poor in their mind. They're poor. And let me tell you where you're really poor. When you're not emotionally happy, you are a poor person. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? When you're not, I got friends that's got money, but they're emotionally unhappy. They're not happy with nobody. There's always something wrong. Something is just not right. It's called subconscious poverty. They got plenty money, but they got subconscious poverty. Not enough for me. They must take from other people. You're poor because you want to be. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? And of course, if you're struggling in money, we told you last week, Dr. Chuck, you ain't solving enough problems. This week I'm going to meet with a big bank this week, and I'm going to bless the bank. I'm going to bless them with a copy of my book. I'm meeting with a big bank. Meeting with another bank on the end of the month. I'm meeting with a big bank on Wednesday. I'm meeting with another big bank on, I'm going to bless them with my book. I walked over to the governor and his wife on Thursday. I walked over a copy of my book and my workbook and gave them some calendars. Want to bless my governor. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? We ain't running out of nothing. There ain't no poverty in the life of the believer. Now, I understand if you're in a foreign country where they're oppressing people, but even in that, I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor a seed begging bread. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Here's the emotional unhappiness. What's at the root of all this envy and all this jealousy? Let's go on. A merry heart does good like a medicine. It's time to laugh. It's time to giggle. It's time to have fun. I was telling a family member, I was telling Colleen, let's have fun. Let's laugh. Let's enjoy. Let's go to another level. All this, if you're going to you've been together with somebody 43 years, it's time to go to another level somewhere, right? And we don't even know each other. Let me tell you, just be married to somebody. I put my work in. 43 years, if I don't do no more, I put my work in. I ain't going to be with nobody else 43 years. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? I ain't spend no time with look, after Colleen, she said, look, you go Whitbird out of here. But I'm gonna Chuck, I'm gonna apply for every 30-day license, marriage license. I'm gonna be with you for 30 days. You gone. It's called the gift of goodbye. Oh, I thought you gonna stay in my house. Oh no, sister, you gotta go. You can't stay up in here. 30 days are over. Did y'all hear what? We get a 90-day. If you're nice, I may keep you another 30 days. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Great. Are we having fun already, everybody? Oh, let's finish up. Laziness. Refuse to focus on improving your life. I think Chuck was hitting on this today. Do you not know when you're envious and jealous of other people, you are not doing much with your life? You're lazy. You need to improve your criticism. I got some friends in my circle. That's all they do is talk about each other, y'all. And I say, y'all need to stop this. Why don't y'all go hug each other, kiss each other, do something together? And they talk about stuff, listen, Chuck, that happened 30 years ago. 30 years ago. You did this to me 30 years ago. Oh, and by the way, I wrote this down, is coming up in the church. People that tell you about you. Oh, that's another thing. When I'm here at the church, over the years, they would come to me, Winburn, they talking about this in the community. I said, look, I know the community is talking about me, but you bringing me all this stuff. This is what they saying about you, Winburn. No, really it is. You have envy and jealousy of me. Won't you have enough courage to say, I think the same way? And they used to always, Chuck, I don't bring you anything that people say about you. And matter of fact, most of the stuff I have never really heard much bad about you. Maybe 1%. 99% is all good. Kim, 99% all good. Gray Woosh, 99%. Even you, brother, in the back. Even Adam. Let's see. Shadrach, Meshach, even Abednego. Asia. Oh, so, but when people bring you Winburn, this is what they said about you. No, you really carrying it. You got a negative vibration about me somewhere that you haven't dealt with. You just need to deal with your negative emotions, your negative vibration. I used to have one sister come here all the time. Winburn, they saying this about you. I said, let's you and I talk about why they saying this. Guess what happened? She liked me. That's what it was. I said, sister, you can like me. I'm likable. You don't have to go and tell me what other people are saying. She really liked me as a person. And she said, Winburn, I just wish you wasn't married. And she started speaking her heart. That was okay. I was trying to find the root of her problem. Did you hear what I'm saying? Because we had to flesh it out. Anybody bringing you information about what other people are saying, they're carrying a negative vibration about you also. Because you wouldn't be in a position of carrying that stuff. I know a lot of stuff that people be saying about her. I just don't. Now, if I know somebody's going to hurt you or shoot you or stab you, I'm going to warn you, Chuck. Did you hear what we're talking? That's different. But somebody just saying some crazy stuff. I don't like him because of this. You remember this, that, and he said this and that. He said this and that. No, when people bring you that stuff, they're carrying a negative vibration about you. Is that powerful? Is that really powerful? Well, Chuck, you know they're saying this about you. No, brother. No, come on. Why are you saying that? What's the issue you got with me? See, they have an issue with you. When they're bringing you negative stuff about what other people are saying, and this is what they're saying about you, this is what they've always said about you, then Jesus said, when they did, remember what Jesus said? Who do you say I am? Oh, good God Almighty. Okay, we know what everybody else is saying, but who do you say I am? I am Christ. Who do you say? Is everybody got it? So now y'all know y'all don't need to bring me nothing that anybody's saying. Now, if somebody's saying I've done something illegal, immoral, unethical, you may want to pull my coattail and say, Winburn, you just want to know that so I can slap a lawsuit on them. Are you all here with me? So, because, if somebody's out there accusing you, you want to know it just to kind of address it, just in case if it comes up. But we're talking about somebody just gossip and saying stuff, and Winburn, you don't like women, and you teach against women. Y'all know y'all should. That's a lie that they put on a lot of men of God, and it's not even true. Because even here at this church, I've been accused of favoring women. That's what I've been accused of. Now, I didn't help myself, because I would get up and say, I don't have no problem with strong women. I got problems with weak men. So the people that tried to lynch me here at the church have been men. I ain't had no problems with women. Are y'all with me? It's the men that I've had. It's the men that didn't like me. Well, so much for that. Is that enough criticism? Inferiority complex. Come on, everybody. We're wrapping up now. Got just a few more slides. Here's another reason why people envy and jealous. Oh, insecurities, poor self-image. You got a poor self-image of yourself. You know, insecurities, Are y'all with me? Insecurities. Boy, the next one is health decline. When people are in a health decline, let me tell you this. It seems like you ought to be trying to be nice and kind, but maybe that's why you're in your health decline, because you're mean and nasty, and you're ornery, and you're unhappy, and you're religious, and that's why you're where you are. Now, all of us are going to leave out there with something, but let's leave out kind. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Oh, he died, but he was kind. She died, but they were kind. They were nice. They were nasty. Oh, y'all hear with me? There was a woman at a church I went to, and she was one of the women that lied on me. She was a church mother. They called her a church mother. Just lied, and they had her funeral. I didn't go, because there was nothing I could say about that. I would have been a hypocrite. I didn't go to a funeral because she was a lying woman. She was a lying woman. Just lied and made up false stuff and called herself a darn church mother. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Just because somebody called themselves an apostle, prophet, evangelist, pastor, teacher, doesn't mean that doesn't mean that they have the gift of that. It's actually what they do. It's not who they are. So when somebody say, I'm an apostle, no, that's not. You are not an apostle. That's what you do. I'm an apostle, prophet, evangelist, pastor, teacher. No, that is a gift. That is not a title. It is what you do. Oh, I'm a prophet. Shut up. You are not a prophet. That's a gift that was given to you. Now, I know we can go and find in the Bibles in the third party where they referred to people as prophetess and prophets. That was in the third dimension. I mean, third party of language. You know what I'm saying. But for you, anybody to run around and say they're apostle, prophet, evangelist, pastor, teacher, they are, it's a deception to themselves, because apostle, prophet, pastor, evangelist, teachers are gifts that were given. They were gifts, and that means if you say you're an apostle, that means we ought to see the reflection of Jesus in you as the apostolic. But most people don't have the reflection of Jesus. They have the reflection of themselves. And that's why we can't receive you as an apostle, prophet, evangelist, pastor. Ooh, I feel sanctified. Ooh, Lord, I never said that before in my life. Is that pretty good? Ooh, we get good up here, brother. Don't get jealous of me, Adam. Okay, let's go on, y'all. Here's another reason. Oh, that's good. Here's another reason why people are jealous and envious you. They go into mental decline. Their mind get bad. They got dementia and Alzheimer's and all this stuff. They start talking out of their head. If you laying at home all the time, you're not out moving around. And I was telling my wife again, let's get out to the zoo. Let's go somewhere. Let's do here. We can't don't sit around here. Let's move. If you ain't moving, you are dying. Did you all hear what I'm saying? If you ain't moving all the time, you are dying. You show me somebody that is recovering in their health. I'll show you people that's recovering and moving all the time. Moving all the time. They're moving. They're moving. Now there's a time to rest. There's a time for all that. There's a time. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? There's time to go to sleep. There's a time to do this. Is that right? But I'm talking about if you're moving, especially if you're a sick person, you ought to always be moving all the time. I was telling my wife about my mother-in-law. She's 92. If she could just keep moving all the time, right now, if she could just move. If she don't want to move, then guess what? If you ain't moving, you dying. Just remember that. If you're not moving on a regular basis, you are on your way out of here. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Constantly moving. Go to sleep. Yeah, stay in bed. Rest. I believe in resting. I didn't say that you couldn't do that, right? Let's go on. Mental decline, financial decline. When people's money ain't right, they criticize other people. They put other people down. Solutions. Here it is, you all. Here it is. With 6 minutes over. Solution. Y'all know where I'm going. You know what the solution is. What is the solution? How to celebrate other people's success and victories without being jealous. Y'all know where I'm going. Here's the first thing you ought to do is resolve your childhood trauma. That's all you got to do. Number 2, become emotionally happy. I mean, look at this. This is so simple. Number 3, and then it goes on. How do we become emotionally happy? Remember, heal your emotions. Raise your positive vibrations, raise your positive emotions, raise your positive moods, raise your positive energy, raise your positive feelings, create 80% more fun, create 80% more laughter, create 80% more joy, create 80% more peace, create 80% more emotional happiness, and focus on what you want. Isn't that what Adam was talking about? Focus and matter of fact, when you don't want to do something, you got to ask yourself the 2 questions. What am I resisting, and what do I really want? I don't want to get no money today. Why are you resisting? You broke. You're broke. Oh, by the way, if y'all heard of the woke movement? Woke? Everybody woke now? I don't have no problem with anybody being woke. Just don't be broke. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Did y'all hear what I'm saying? You go, everybody, all the Democrats, we woke, but don't be broke. Brother, don't be, you stay woke, but don't be broke. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? Focus on what you want. Let's go on. Give 0 attention to what you do not want. Is that it? And then when you focus on being envious and jealous of others, that's what you want. When you focus on being jealous and envious of others, that's what you want. Well, I ain't giving Winburn no more money. I ain't supporting him. I ain't going to buy no books. I ain't supporting him. Keep your money because somebody else has got some money coming. Are y'all here with me? Chuck, are you with me? Anybody still with us? We get ready to go off air? We're going off air. So here it is, y'all. When you focus on being envious and jealous of others, guess what? That's what you want. If you don't want it, stop it. That's how I'm going to end. Stop it. Okay? 3 easy ways to give today. Online PayPal. If this word blessed you in any kind of way, some of you all weren't able to make it today. Hey, I'm still looking for you all to give some money through online PayPal. If you could do that, can you do that? Beautiful. Okay, that's good. Cash App. What y'all say, Cash App? Okay, on the Cash App, if you like to give today on Cash App, you can do that. You can want y'all say Cash App. Say it again, Cash App. Okay, and then finally, you could do it by mail. For those who like to give by mail, you could definitely do that today. We're getting ready to go off the air. It has just been a blessing today to be with you. It has been a blessing. And I want everybody to know this as we close. I honor you. I see you. I honor you. And I know who you really are. You are a son and daughter in God. I have no envy or jealousy of you at all. I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prosper. And may God bless you real good until we meet again.
I am Charlie Winburn, your life coach with Renew Community Church right here in the city of Cincinnati. And I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health even as your soul prospers. Did you know that you are both human and divine and that you deserve to live a better life in Christ right here on earth? Our messages are practical, they are raw, they're fun, and they are focused on real issues as it relates to your spiritual life, health life, your mental life, your financial life, your relationship life, and even your business life and community life. Today, we have another real life application message designed especially for you and your family. Remember, before we get started today, you can learn more about Renew Community Church free life coaching by visiting our website, renewcommunitychurch.org, or you can listen to us every Sunday at 11:45 a.m. each Sunday on YouTube, Renew Community Church live stream, or reach me at 513-884-7832. I want you to join me now for another life-changing message with Charlie Winburn, your life coach, right here in the city of Cincinnati, Ohio.